Render your hearts. This has come from Malachi 2, verse 13. And this have ye done again, covering the altar of the Lord with tears, with weeping, and with crying, insomuch that he regardeth not the offering any more, or receiveth it with good will at your hand. So, this freedom expands to a point where you now believe why God is not about money. God doesn't want my money, right? I mean, I've worked, I've labored, and so he just wants me to come to church. It's not about the tithing anymore. It's not about the offering. There's some people who haven't even heard about offering. And so now you weep and you mourn and you say, well, this is good enough because now I'm rendering my heart to him. But God says, how do you think you're going to rob God? You rob God in tithes and in offerings. Because a man who knows to do good and chooses not to, it becomes sin. So if you know that you should give tithe, and you know you should give an offering, the same way you know you should help your brother, but you choose not to, some sins are forgiven. Some sins become abominations. Because some sins become lifestyles. And if they become lifestyles, then it becomes part of you. And if it becomes part of you, then God is separated from you. And if God be separated from you, then you've made hell your home. So this is why we have to understand the power of leaning to your own understanding. Because it started as just wanting freedom. Then there was a competition that was given. Then you started to differentiate yourself from another. Then you said, God doesn't even need my money anyhow. And now you're saying, well, what's the point in even offering anything to God? So you put on a show, thinking you're going to be saved, thinking that people are going to call you holy and devout when you're not, and forgetting that God looks and could see every man's heart, every man's intentions. He says, my ways are not your ways, neither are your thoughts my thoughts. But when he has engrafted you into the true vine, he has given you part of his ways, that you may inherit life and life more abundantly. You may take Christ in some ways. You may neglect him in others. You may say and be loving and kind on Sunday, but you may not even look at anyone, call anyone, read your Bible, pray for any one of your brethren throughout the week. Now, this is not something to condemn anyone. This is just something, if you're doing it, just get out of it. If you're not feeling like you are doing what's right, change. That's all it is. It's not just about going ahead and rendering money. It's about rendering your hearts. That people could see it and be changed from the inward appearance to the outward.